Hello everyone, my name is Jasleen Kaur. I am a software engineer with World Compliance Technologies. I have received training from 360 Ripples on full stack development. Before moving to the practical demo of the project, I would like to provide some context about the project. The project called Investage. It is an investment management system through which user or investor can invest into various mutual funds. Technology stack that I have used is ReactJS for front-end, Java Spring Boot for backend, and testing API I have used Postman. So let's move to the project. This is my project called Investage. This is the home screen of the project, on which you can see that I have provided a slideshow which is called Carousel. Yes. And I have my navigation bar and header and my footer. So this is the services that I am providing in my project. First, I have the sign up login and the list of mutual funds investor can be found through investors ID. We can view all the investors and investor can update its details through investors ID, and investor can add new investment and can view investment by ID and also view investments list, and the investor can view investments by investors ID. So to avail all these services, investor has to log in. So this is the sign up page where investor can register, and this is the list of all the mutual funds that are provided with their purchase price. There is also about us page which shows all the details like philosophies and what media says about the platform. So let's start with the login sign up thing. So first of all, a new investor has to sign up. So this is the sign up page where investor can sign up by providing these details, and all the validations are done on these details. The first and the very basic validation that all the fields are required. As you can see, this asterisk is also provided. So let's start. Let's say I have first name as Jasleen, last name as Kaur, then I have my email. So for email I have provided validation that it should be a proper email with @ and the domain. So let's give an email. If I do like this, then it will say that invalid email format because I also have to write .com. Then for phone number, I have provided that it should be at least 10 digits or at maximum 12 digits. So let's say I am providing a phone number with 8 digits. So it will say that it should be between 10 to 12 digits. So I have to correctly add. Then for PAN card number, I have added validation that PAN card number should be equal to 8 in length, 10 in length. So if I add PAN card number with 6 digits, it will say that PAN card should have length as 10. So for date of birth, I have provided validation that it should be at least 10 years ago. So as you can see, I have given the date as 2nd of August 23. So you can see the error message. So I have to add the correct date. Okay, So this validation is done. For the password, I have applied a validation in which user has to give the length of password at least 8 digits. If I apply 4 digits, then it will say the length must be at least 8 characters with the combination of uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers and special characters. So let's say I am providing password with all the things, as you can see. Same with my confirm password. Both the passwords should match. If I write something else, then it will say that password do not match. See, I have entered all the things and my investor is added, and a pop-up will be given that investor is added successfully with its details like first name, last name, email and phone number. So now let's move to the login part. I have done the validation that email and password is required for the login. So let's try with an email with a wrong email. So if I try to do the login with this, can click on return. So let's try some password. So if I try to do the login, it will say that login failed. Please check your credentials. And let's try with the correct email and the wrong password. Again it will say please check your credentials as the password is incorrect. So now let's enter the correct password and try to log in. So as you can see, this is the user dashboard with a welcome message which says that welcome Jasleen, the first name, and these are the user details like first name, last name, phone number, email, date of birth and PAN card. So on left hand side you can see a home icon which is this welcome home, and you can see find investor by ID, find all investors, update investor details, and you can add a new investment and find investment by ID, find all investments, and investment can be find through investors ID. So let's start with the first thing, that is find investor by ID. So if I try to add a negative number, it will say that please enter a valid investor's ID greater than 0. And if I provide this field as blank, it will again say please enter a valid investor ID. So I have investor ID 1 in my database. So if I submit this, you can see all the details of the investor with investor ID 1. And if let's say I enter some investor ID which does not exist in my database, so it will say that fail to fetch investor, no such investor ID exists. So here is the list of all investors which are in my investors table. You can see that with all the details. Now let's move to the update investor details. Here I have to enter the investor ID which exists, like my investor ID 1 exists. So I try to update the thing. It will say please fill out all the required fields. All the error validation that I have done in add new investor or sign up thing, those validations are also done in this part. So let's say I try to fill all the things like first name, last name, the phone number with the correct digits, that is 10 digits. if I try to enter a wrong email, it will mark this field as red because email should be in a correct format. So sharing email is correct. I have to enter date of birth that should be at least 10 years ago, and then PAN card number with 10 digits. Then I have to enter the password. And the confirm password. And if I try to update this, it will say investor updated successfully because investor 1 exists in my database. Let's say I am adding some random investors and trying to update it. So it will say that failed to update investor because 100, that is investor ID, does not exist in my investor table. Now let's move to add new investment. Here I have to enter the correct investor ID and mutual funds are fetched through mutual fund table that is present in my database through an API. So as you can see, I have lots of mutual fund options, so I have to select one of them. Let's say SBI Liquid Fund, and I have to enter investor ID. Let's say 1, and if I say submit, then it will say that you must agree before submitting because this is a required field. So I have to agree and then I will submit it. So it will say that investment successful. If I have to go through from mutual funds list with prices, here I can click that and see all the mutual funds with their purchase prices. This is a pop-up. So let's say I am adding investor ID that does not exist in my table. So this will say fail to add investment because this investor ID does not exist in my database. So this mutual fund with drop down are fetched through the mutual fund table using an API. So if I have to find all the investments by the ID, like if I try to enter one, so it will say that please enter a valid investment ID greater than 0. Or if I leave this field as blank, it will say enter a valid investment ID. So let's say I am adding investment ID as 10 and submit it. So these are the details of investment with ID 10. And if I enter some wrong investment ID, let's say 99, it will say that failed to fetch investment, no such investment ID exists. Now if I have to fetch all the investments, the list of all the investments, so this is how I can fetch or find them. So now if I have to find an investment of a particular investor or a user through its ID, so I simply have to give its investor's ID, and I can see that investor with ID 1 has lots of investments, as you can see. And if I try to add some wrong investor's ID, it will say fail to fetch investments for the specified ID because this ID does not exist. And same if I try to add wrong, like less than 0 digits, so it will also say that this is not a valid investors ID. So this is my project called Investage. Thank you.